Hi everybody, welcome to a new construction video. Today I'm going to show you how to make folded pages, folded pocket pages, which I generally use two different kinds, the traditional pocket pages and these folded ones. And I'm going to show you how to do the folded ones today. Please excuse my nails, they're a hot mess. We are currently not going out of our houses, so no manicure for me. All right, so let's talk about how to make these pages. What you need, I'm using a 12 by 12, let me set this one aside. I'm using a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. This is the largest scrapbook paper size readily available. Now, you can go smaller. What you need is, the finished size is going to be half the dimensions of your paper. So because this is 12 by 12, we're going to end up with 6 by 6 pages. But if you had, for instance, a 12 by 10 sheet of paper, it doesn't have to be square, so you could do that, 12 by 10, you would end up with a 6 by 5 page. So in other words, you just need to double each dimension in order to make the page, okay? So we're going to do a 12 by 12. In order to do that, you take your paper and score it in half in each direction. So since this is a 12 by 12, we're scoring it at 6 inches and at 6 inches. So you have a cross, right? Then you want to take either your scissors or your paper trimmer. Is this piece of, I have all kinds of stuff all over the place here. Your paper trimmer, whatever method you like, and you want to cut in from the edge to the middle where the score lines cross on just one of the lines. Okay, I use my scissors. It doesn't always make a perfect cut, but I'm not that great with doing partial cuts on my paper trimmer. Okay, so now once you've done that, you want to fold. This is the one that's goes all the way across without being cut, and try to match up your corners as best you can. Okay. And of course you can use your, I like to, excuse me, I like to match the corners first before I kind of burnish things down to make sure it's pretty accurate. And then double check. That looks pretty good. Okay, and then, so now you have, this side is uncut, the other side has the cut, okay? And what you want to do is put that side with cut down, and then fold this center piece. Again, you want to match your corners best you can, and burnish that, okay? So now what you have, so you have a piece that opens, you have, here's your two folds, this opens, this, and actually I have it upside down. Okay, so you have a fold here, and then a flap here, and a flap here, right? So you have open, like that. Now the main problem that's left, you have the opening here for your side pocket, you have the opening here to go on your, the fins of your binding. But this down here is open, so, and that has to be closed. So there's three different methods that you could use. The first one is you could just glue it shut, right? You just put some glue here, or you can even glue the whole thing shut, don't have any pocket, just leave enough to go on your spine. I never do it that way, but you could if you want. Then the other option is that you can make a pocket, and that's what we're going to do first. So in order to make the pocket, you want to measure up from the base of your page, however deep you want the pocket to be. If you want it to be a little shallow pocket, if you want it to be a really deep pocket, doesn't matter, it can be whatever you like. I chose 2.5 inches, and you want to double that. So in order to make a 2.5 inch pocket, you want a 5-inch piece of paper, and then the width is the width of your page plus 1 inch, because you're going to have 2 1/2-inch flaps or fins or whatever they are. Tabs, that's the word. Oh my goodness. This staying in the house for weeks is getting on the nerves. Okay, anyway, so here's my piece. I've got a 5 by 7 because my pages are 6 inches, so I need 6 inches plus 1, so 7 inches. And then I need double my pocket height, and my pocket's 2.5, so I need 5. All right, and then you want to score this right down the middle. So the height of your pocket, whatever that is, mine's 5, 2.5 and 2.5, score it right down the middle, and then score the two ends at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then you want to fold and burnish. Okay, just like that. Keep it folded. Grab my scissors. All right. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but this is my score line, and I'm going to trim, hold on, I pull it up where I can see it, just like that. And then here, now we may need to adjust this after we test it for fit. You almost always do, but that's the starting point. And then you want to do the same at the upper edge. Just like that, okay? Move those out of the way. Okay, so, all right, so now we have this. You want to take one end and fold in the tabs. Okay, and you can go ahead and tape. I'm running out of tape, but I have more on the way. And you could use glue for this. Actually, glue works really well for this. Unfortunately, although we are stuck in the house, spring is finally about here, so we can order more art glitter glue. And because I use so much tape in my construction over the winter, not because I prefer it necessarily, but it's faster when I'm recording videos to use tape. I came out of the winter pretty good. I have one whole bottle that I haven't touched yet. So, and you notice I only did one end because I'm pretty sure we're going to need to adjust that end. Sorry, I'm like brushing little hairs off my table. My kitties have been on it. Okay, so let's get back to this. All right, so here's our fold. Here's a flap. Here's a flap. And it's open here. And I'm just going to move this flap out of the way. And what we're going to do is wrap this with the pocket. Okay? And what you want to do is place the fold just up against the score line that's forming this flap without crossing it, otherwise you won't be able to close the flap. Okay, and that's why I say down here we probably are going to need to make adjustments because it's in a little bit, and you can see, I hope, that if I fold this I'm going to have a little bit sticking out, so I do need to rescore that. And maybe if I open it, you could see just a hair, not a lot, just a little bit. So let me grab my scoreboard. And what I'm going to do is slide this over. I don't want to score it, I don't think, a full 1/8 there. Although that might actually be okay. Turn it over. Let's start with that full 1/8. If it's too much, we can back it off. And we're just going to fold it over. And I'll fold it back in half, and then I'm going to retrim. There. Okay, let's test it again. These can be a little fussy, but it only takes a minute to be careful with it and make sure it fits. Yeah, that's going to be just fine. Okay, so because this, I've moved this in a little, this tab is fairly wide, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off. And I'm just eyeballing it. It doesn't really matter, but I think it's easier to get things in and out of the pockets if the tabs are not too big. All right, so let's go ahead and tape these tabs. Okay. And typically when I'm using this method to make pages, I make 3 pages for my book rather than 4, although you could do 4, but this makes a lot of pages, so it would take a lot to decorate. I'm trying to think. I know I did my Stamperia Voyage Fantastique this way. I know I've done others and I can't think of them offhand. Okay, so here we go. So let's do this. So we have our fold here, we have our 2 flaps out of the way, and we have our opening here. Okay. And we are going to place that there. Let's fold that over. And that's very good. I like the way that looks. So I'm just going to lift this up. Got it right where I want it. And press down. And then we're going to do the same over here. And you'll see that I'm a little bit away from the inner corner. And you could, where I took that 1/8, you could do a 1/16 and you'd have a little less gap here. But I'm fine with the gap that I have there. That's perfectly fine. And then I'm going to turn it over and repeat. Hope that's in screen. And actually you could take both of these off because they're firmly attached now on the other side. And attach. There we go. Okay. So then, now we have an opening here to put on our spine, a page, a pocket page here, a pocket page here, another page, and another page. And that's all you need to do. And then you can just add whatever other flaps or whatever that you want. Now, let me get all this stuff out of the way. Okay, so that's one way of doing this. Now let me show you another one. All right, so we've got our same situation happening here. I'm going to fold it, matching the corners. And matching those. Okay. So here is the same thing again. Here's our fold and our flaps and our opening, and here is the opening that we need to close. Okay, and we're going to do what I call a gusset closure for this. And what you want is a piece that is about a 1/16 to an 1/8. I just want to match that corner up a little better. Smaller than the width here to here. So my case would be 5 7/8, 5 15/16, something along those lines, and about 1 inch wide. Okay, and you want to score it in half down the length. Fold it in half, burnish, and while it's folded, you want to go ahead and just trim the corners. Okay. So we have something that looks like that. Okay. And then, now we can use tape, but since we use tape on the other one, I'm going to use glue on this one so you can see. And you could use glue on the other one too, it doesn't matter. Whatever adhesive you like to use. All right, so this is my art glitter glue. And what you want to do, oh actually before you put any adhesive, I'm just going to open it up. Here's my cut side, there's the fold. Just checking it for fit. I'm sure it does fit, and it does. So you want to put glue on just one of these, sides of this gusset. Okay. And then you want to place it right along this cut edge. You can be in just a hair, but not too much from the edge. Okay, and then let's go ahead and burnish that down. Just like that, and then you want to put glue here. Again, I'm using glue to show you with glue, but you could use tape if you prefer tape. Whatever you like to use, you can use. And then you just want to close this down. And this way is nice if you don't necessarily want to have so many pockets in your book, or you want to do different kinds of pockets. So there's that. Now, typically when I make an album, I will make, as I mentioned, 3 of these. And usually I do 2 of the pocket type and 1 with the gusset, and put the gusset one in the middle. So I have pocket, gusset, pocket. But of course, you can do it however you like. And again, they don't have to be 6 by 6. You could do 6 by 5. You could do 4 by 3, whatever, as long as you can make it out of a piece of 12 by 12 paper. And that's about the maximum, the 6 by 6. Just add, double the size. Again, so 4 by 8. You couldn't do, because 8 and 8 is 16, right? But 4 by 5 you could do, because 5 and 5 is 10, or 4 by 6 you could do. And that's how you do these, okay? So, I hope you enjoyed. These are in my Construction Basics playlist. And anytime I make an album going forward using this type of page, I'm going to refer you to this video rather than take the time in the video to show you how to make the pages. So, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, share, go ahead and bookmark this one or save it or whatever you need to do, or save the whole playlist so that you can get to it quickly. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time, and maybe we will use these pages in an album. Bye-bye.